Hello friends, welcome again to my YouTube channel. Our today's topic is also from the English pedagogy and our today's topic is translation cum grammar method. What is translation cum grammar method? First of all, we just talk about the other names of translation cum grammar method. It is also known as oldest method, classical method, traditional method, and in US it is also known as Persian method. Now we just talk about the meaning of the translation cum grammar method. The translation cum grammar method has been found in practice since the days of arrival of British. It is common in the countries where a language is taught as a second language with the help of mother tongue or a regional language. This method has found acceptance in the teaching of Sanskrit, English, and other languages. A German scholar, Storm, also stresses on the significance of the translation cum grammar method. He said, "It is not till one can translate the word that one has completely mastery over it, so that one not only understands it but also can use it." According to him, mastery over words can be gained by the comprehension of foreign phraseology, which the translation readily offers. This comprehension tends to assimilate the foreign phraseology, resulting in its uses. In this method, the words, phrases, idioms, and sentences are taught with the help of examples in the mother tongue. It is more or less a verbatim translation from the mother tongue to the target language and vice versa. The reasons of adopting this method was that a foreign language can be taught with the help of translation, and secondly, that grammar is the soul of a language. Now we just talk about the principles of translation cum grammar method. The main principles of translation cum grammar method are as first is words and expressions interpreted in mother tongue. It means the words and expressions in English can be easily interpreted in the mother tongue of the students. Second is easy to learn words and phrases. It is very easy for the students to learn words and phrases of through their mother tongue. And last one is structure of language can be easily learned. It means structures of any foreign language can be easily learned when compared and contrasted to those of the mother tongue. The main characteristics of translation cum grammar method are as first is popular at primary stage. It means this method is much more popular at primary stage because in primary stage a teacher can teach everything to the students and students can learn everything from the teachers. Second is word sentence pattern. It means is that the teacher reads every sentence and translates into mother tongue through word by word only in mother tongue. Now basic unit word, it means is that in this method the unit of teaching is word and not the sentence. Next is this method focuses much more on reading and writing and the students are passive learners. Next is direction known to unknown. It means is that this method is based on the maxim from known to unknown. The children are introduced with a foreign language when they have sufficient background of their mother tongue with some vocabulary and are able to understand sentences and phrases in the mother tongue. In translation, they have only to find an equivalent word in their native language. The same principle applies when learning grammar of the foreign language. Next is grammar through study of rules deductively. It means is that under this method, grammar takes a deductive form and linguistic scope of English is reduced to reading and writing to the exclusion of speech and loud reading to a great extent. What a student does is to read and translate. The set rules of grammar are thrust upon the students who have no way but to mug them up. Next is methods of instruction is mother tongue. All the instructions given to the students only in the mother tongue. Now focus. It is focused on the rules of grammar because this method is depends on the grammar. Now we just talk about the merits. What are the merits of this method. First is rapid expansion in the vocabulary of the students. It means is that translation from the foreign language into mother tongue enables the peoples to develop their vocabulary very rapidly. This is perhaps the easiest way of expanding vocabulary. Next is grammar taught through mother tongue. In this method, unlike some other methods like the direct method which make no use of child's knowledge of his mother tongue, but the grammar cum translation method does. So, English grammar is taught with the help of mother tongue. Next is comprehension is easily tested. In this method, the teacher may ask the pupils to tell in the mother tongue what they have learned. This is especially true of the early stage, thus the grammar cum translation method helps in testing comprehension. Next is teacher's labor is saved. It means is that this method is very easy for the teachers. He has not to put in much labor. This is one factor which explains the popularity of the method. The method suits average and even below average teachers. Next is foreign phraseology is quickly explained. It means is that translation is the easiest way of explaining the words and phrases of the foreign language. Any other method of explaining vocabulary is time consuming, but in translation cum grammar method is very easy to deal the time, which would otherwise be wasted if meanings are explained by giving definitions and explanations in the foreign language. Further, the peoples learn the accurate meanings of words. Thus, the method ensures accuracy. And some other advantages of this method are as follows. As we can say that the unit of teaching is word and not sentence. It is based on the principle of from known to unknown. Children usually start learning a foreign language when a sufficient background in their mother tongue is prepared. Next is we can say that it is very economical because translation saves a good deal of time which would otherwise be wasted if meanings are explained by giving definition and explanations in the foreign language. Now the some demerits of this language are as first is it is uninteresting. Why we say that it is uninteresting? The grammar cum translation method is dull and mechanical. The learner is passive recipient of knowledge. He does not take part actively in the learning process. The grammar cum translation method, although it has been universally condemned, continues to be popular with the most of English teachers in India because they find it easy to teach through this method. This method is responsible for the poor attainment of our pupils in English. Although some 20% of the schools time is spent on the teaching of English and English is taught for 5 years up to the matriculation stage in our schools. Yet most of our peoples have a very shaky foundation in the language. It is because of this defective method of teaching the language. The sooner the method is given up, the better for the peoples. Next is it does not provide pattern practice. It means a person has learnt a language only when he has made its pattern as habits. But this method does not provide any practice to the peoples to learn these patterns as habits. It is this lack of practice on the part of the peoples which is responsible for the failure of this method. Next, it teaches English by rules. In this regard, we just take an opinion of Dr. Ballard. He said, to speak any language, whether native or foreign, entirely by rule is quite impossible. It means is that our language is a skill subject. It is learnt by practice and not by the just memorizing the rules. The persons who learn language through this method find it hard to give the habit of first thinking in their mother tongue and then translating their ideas into the foreign language. Next is it is an unnatural method. It means is that The natural order of learning a language is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. This is the way how a child learns his mother tongue. But in the grammar cum translation method, the teaching of language starts with the teaching of reading. Next is exact translation is not possible. In this method, the exact translation from one language to another is not possible. It is no index of a person's proficiency in the use of a foreign language. A language is the result of various customs, traditions, patterns, and modes of behavior of a nation, and since these differ from nation to nation, there are many terms in one language which cannot be exactly translated into another language. Besides, the meaning of a word which fits is one context may be out of place in another cannot. For example, the Hindi meaning of the word table does not fit in such expressions as table of contents, table of figure, multiplication table, timetable, table of the motion, etc. It is not only figurative use of idiomatic use of certain words which present difficulty in translation, but English prepositions are also very difficult to translation. Now we just talk about the some suggestions for the improvement in this method. First is small size of the class. It is necessary to translate everything that the class's size is very small. Next is correct pronunciation. It should focus on the pronunciation. So pronunciation of English teacher should be improved. Next is emphasis on speaking, reading and writing. In this matter, it is necessary that student must give emphasis on speaking, reading and writing. Next is focus on chorus work. Chorus work should be done in the class. Next is translation should be avoided. In this method, it is necessary that word for word translation should be avoided because the structural composition of English and mother tongue of the peoples will always be different. And last one is explanation in English as well as in mother tongue. Its meaning is that the meaning of difficult words only be explained in English as well as in the mother tongue. Not everything will be explained in mother tongue. Now it is completed now. Thank you, and we just meet in next video with a new topic.